back to the Times Record News Brew Review. I'm Chris Collins. This is Orlando Flores. This week, we'll be tackling Prairie Artisan Ale's Birthday Bomb.
Excited for this, really.
A little
really
explanation.
Excited for this.
This is probably the best known brewery in Oklahoma. It's based in Oklahoma City. Their flagship beer is called the Prairie Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
The Birthday Bomb celebrates the third birthday of the Prairie Bomb. This is an imperial stout, very high in alcohol, very chocolatey, syrupy, characterized by being brewed with vanilla beans, with cacao.
Or cocoa.
Or however you want to say it. However you want to say this word. It's brewed with it. This is their flagship beer from Prairie. The added ingredient in this year's recipe is a bit of caramel.
Mm-hmm.
For those who are pedantic and want to correct the way words are said.
Had to get it in there,
With a
man.
little extra caramel flavor. So this is really what we're looking for in this particular beer. This is a 13% alcohol by volume. That's reflected in the price, which is $9.99 for a 12-ounce bottle. Some of you may think that's high. I also do.
I'm expecting this to be very good if we're paying that much money for one beer.
It says 65 IBUs, International Bitterness Units, which means it's fairly high up on the scale of bitterness.
Yeah, especially considering that it's not like an IPA or anything like that.
Right, exactly. So let's crack it open, see what's going on. Hiss of carbonation, that's a good sign.
Thank you, sir. Oh.
Pours out like sludge.
That was quick.
Pours out like sludge with a very thin layer of tan head, which looks to be dissipating quite quickly.
Oh man,
almost no lacing here, and
you really smell that cocoa.
And color of the depths of the ocean.
Depths of the ocean.
Chocolate ocean. Golly.
Whoa. That was like biting into a chocolate bar almost. For you, not? I got a lot of chocolate.
I just had to clear my head after taking that first sip. That was a little overwhelming.
What overwhelmed you?
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
Well, first off, this tastes a lot like a Prairie Bomb. This is it's a beer I've had several times throughout several years, and in all the incarnations, it always tastes similar. That chocolate,
chili peppers,
the vanilla, the chili peppers I forgot to mention earlier.
Yeah,
right?
Chili peppers.
A little spice. Those elements are always there, but this one is supposed to have the caramel, which I can taste.
Yeah, I was gonna say all of that stuff comes through like
it's at the end.
A perfect blend. But I mean, even with everything else in there, and even with the chili peppers, which do give it a little bit of a spice, I'm really getting a lot of like a chocolatey, like creamy sensation almost.
For me, the caramel's at the end. This has almost completely lost all its head by now. By the way, it's turned into sludge.
Oh man, that was good.
Which isn't. See, Orlando liked it.
You don't like it that much?
I think that. Well, I do. I think the caramel is at the end.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think it's very sweet. It makes this beer much sweeter than the previous incarnations of the Prairie Bomb.
Yeah.
I think it's a little too sweet at the end. Honestly, I
could actually.
I think the sweetness is a little overpowering. What the aftertaste that's left in my mouth is not the bitterness from all these other ingredients. It's the sweetness of the caramel, and I'm not sure I like that aftertaste.
I was gonna say, in comparison to when we did the video over the Mole Temptress, where that one was kind of like that perfect blend of sweetness, heat, everything kind of just melted together. This is kind of a nice contrast to this, to where you get a little bit of that heat, but it's really overpowered by the sweetness. So for somebody,
chili peppers, yeah.
So for somebody that wouldn't really, anticipate tasting, chili or chiles or anything like that in a beer, but still want to get a little bit of that sensation, you get the little caramel right at the end. I don't want to say it balances it out, because that's obviously not what it does, but it overrides it. I guess that's what I should say. It overrides it.
I feel like it's interfering a little bit with the chilies. I think a lot of times the taste, when you have when you have a stout like this and it's brewed with chilies, which is fairly common to do, really where you get the chili and the heat.
Let's turn this around so they can see some of the happy birthday on
It's
it.
really at the end of the taste is where you're going to taste that heat and see how long it lasts. With this, the chili, it almost feels like it's being replaced by this caramel color at the end. By this caramel flavor at the end.
Yeah, I can.
You see what
I
I'm
get what
trying
you're
to say?
saying. Yeah. In that sense, the overriding of the chilies is not a good thing, but I still think you do get a little bit of it. Personally, I mean, you look at the label here, and it's really fun, colorful, cartoony, and it would make you think that this is going to be like a really fun beer to drink, and I think it is a fun beer to drink. I really like this. I think this is worth the. Kind of hard to say. It's worth the $9.99 for one single bottle. But you buying that second bottle or the third bottle would really depend on if you're gonna enjoy the really overtly sweetness.
And by the way, this is more expensive than a Prairie Bomb. At least when we bought it at Local Boys, this was $1 or $2 more expensive than the Prairie Bomb, and it's the same thing, but with some extra caramel taste.
It's about $2 more, right?
I believe it was. Therefore, I'm going to give it a rating of sip slowly.
Okay.
Because it's the same thing as a Prairie Bomb, but it's more expensive. The only thing that's different is the caramel taste, and I think it's a bit overpowering, really. I think it's too sweet.
I feel like I've gone over every possible thing I could say about this beer. I'm giving it a mugs up. When you do go get it, just know that you are limited to 2 beers only. So go on, if you want more than 2, which is kind of steep, you're getting $30, $40, at that point if you're getting more than 2. Right. Go on separate trips. But really, really enjoy this beer. Really take time to let it, sit in your mouth and take in all of its complexities. I think it did a really good job. If you want to know a little bit more about Prairie Bomb, be sure to hit up timesrecordnews.com. Check the brew review section. It'll be there. It'll also be in our arts and entertainment publication next. And you can get that and all the Wichita Falls news as far as arts and entertainment that you're needing there. I think I'm going to have a little bit more.
Bye-bye.